Okay, may I request everyone to please rise for our prayer. Can you lead the prayer, Jasper? Okay, you will now take your seats. Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, teacher. How are you today? We're fine. That's good to know. So I have seen empty chairs here around. So who are absent in today's class? Is there anyone absent? Yes. No, so we have a perfect attendance. That means everyone is motivated to learn for this day. So, first, before we start, I want to set some agreement or some classroom rules. So first, what are we going to do? If teacher is talking here in front, or if someone or your classmate is talking here in front, yes, Friday. Listen attentively. So when someone is talking here in front, we should listen attentively. Next, what if teacher asks some question and you want to answer, or if you have some questions to teacher, what are we going to do? Yes, John Paul.
Raise your right hand, teacher.
Yes, we should. Very good. We should raise our right hand before speaking or before answering. What if we will be having a group activity? What should we do? Yes, Lindy.
Cooperate, teachers.
We should. Very good. So we should cooperate during group activities. So in this class, I want everyone to learn in this classroom. So learn means L is for, please read everyone.
Listen to your teacher and classmates.
E is for,
Engage actively in learning activities.
A is for,
Always try your best.
R is for,
Raise your right hand before you speak.
and N is for.
Nurture a positive learning environment.
So can I expect these things from you, children?
Yes.
Okay, that is really good to know. So before we start our new topic for today, let us first take a look at these pictures that I have prepared for you. So what do we see in these pictures? What do you guys see in these pictures? Yes, Stanley.
Clock.
We see
Clock.
clocks. So in your home, what kind of clock do you have? Do you have this circle one or this rectangle one? What kind of clock do you have?
Round
You
clock.
have the analog clock. That is the analog clock. Okay, very good. You know what is analog clock? Yes,
Digital.
yes, that is the digital clock.
Wow.
So what else? What pictures do you guys see?
Sun.
Yes, Vanessa.
There is a sun, Mom.
There is a sun and a moon. So when we guys see the sun, what does it usually mean? It is morning. And when we see the moon, it is night. So aside from looking at the sun and the moon, in what way can we know what the time is? By looking at the clock. By looking at the clock, that is good. So the pictures that I have shown you is related to our topic that we'll be discussing for today. Because today we are tackling about, please read everyone.
Writing and spelling time in minutes.
Okay, so at the end of the discussion, the students or you should be able to please read.
Time minutes, including AM and PM, which is analog clock, and right 7 minutes, including AM and PM, using digital clock.
Okay, so can I expect these things from you, children?
Yes.
Okay, so for us to know if you have a prior knowledge about the topic that we'll be talking about today, we will first have an activity. You guys want an activity?
Yes.
Okay, so for this activity, I will be grouping you into 2 groups. How many groups again? 2 groups. So each group, So I will be giving envelope to each group. What will I be giving again? Envelope! Okay, so inside this envelope are the tasks that you will need to accomplish for today's lesson. What are inside these envelopes again?
The task.
So each group will be provided at least 5 minutes to accomplish their task. And after they accomplish the task and pasted their work in front, they will choose one representative to report their work. How many representatives again? One. Okay, so are you ready to do this activity?
Yes.
Okay, so this will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. So I will only be giving you again 5 minutes to do your work. So please start now. Group 1, can you please read the directions given to you?
Read the tutorial carefully and take a look at the clock provided. Tell what time is it, including AM or PM.
Okay, so in this activity, you will be reading the scenario and then you will compare the time given in the scenario in this clock. So what you have to do is to tell what the time is based on the clock. Okay? You can also write how what is it AM or PM. Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Group 2, can you please read the directions given to you?
Read the scenario carefully. Write the time, including AM or PM, on the provided handout.
Okay, then you will be reading the scenario given to you and then read the time that is given and then write it on the handout that I have given. Are both the groups done? If so, please remain first on your seats. Okay, so you can take your seats first. Okay, so before presenting your works, I want you to take a look at this rubric that I have prepared. Okay, so this rubric will serve as a guide on how I will be giving points to each group. So can you please read the first rubric?
Accuracy.
Accuracy. So each group will receive 3 stars, 3 hearts if the answers in the given task is correct, is perfectly correct. So can we count how many hearts again?
1, 2, 3.
And if most of the answers are correct, you can have 2 hearts. But if most of your answers are either wrong, you will only have a heart. Next, can you read the next rubric?
Participation.
Yes. So if all the group members participated in the activity, you will have 3 hearts. If most of the members cooperated or participated in the activity, you will get 2 hearts. But if most or some of the group member weren't able to participate, you will only get 1 heart. Next is
Presentation.
So, if the reporter presented their work very well and accurately, you will But if the reporter presented their work a bit better, but not really the best, you will have 2 hearts. But if the reporter presented the work and in an improvement, you will get only a heart. How many hearts do you want to receive? 3 in each rubric. So you will be getting 3 plus 3 plus 6. 6 plus 3? 9. Okay, 9. So each group wants 9 hearts. Okay? Both groups can now place their work here in front and choose one representative to report their work. Okay, good job. So who will be the representative of Group 1? China. Okay, please present your work. Yes, you can read the direction.
Okay, the direction. Read the scenario carefully and take a look at the clock provided. Tell what time is it, including AM or PM. The scenario is, I have to go to school this morning, but I am already late and the time is ticking. I have a clock in here. The problem is, I don't know how to tell the time just by looking at it. Can you help me tell the time? And our answer is 10:10 a.m. because the arrow is pointing the 10 and then the other is 10 a.m. It is a.m. because it's stated here that it is morning. So it's a.m. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Group 1. Let's give Group 1 a big round of applause. Okay, now Group 2 will be your representative. Okay, we have Brian. Please present your work. Read the scenario carefully and write the time, including AM or PM, on the provided menu. So the scenario is we are scheduled to travel tomorrow morning at exactly 6 o'clock for an event. The problem is I don't know what that means. Can you help me write the time to set an alarm for tomorrow? Our answer is 6 a.m. because the scenario stated that we should schedule our travel tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, thank you, Group 2. Let's also give Group 2 a big round of applause. Okay, now let us check if both groups' work were correct. So Group 1 attempted to tell the time in minutes using this analog clock. But first, we have to define first what is an analog clock. Okay, can everyone read?
Analog clock.
That's what we use to tell any time every day. It is a circular phase with a dial of numbers from 1 to 12.
Okay, we also have another type of clock which Group 2 attempted to work on, which is the digital clock. So, can everyone read what is a digital clock?
This is
It's an alternative to a traditional analog clock.
It displays the time digitally as opposed to an analog clock.
Okay, so now let us first check the work of the Group 1. Whose work is this again?
Group 1!
Okay. The scenario that I have provided for know how to tell the time just by looking at it. Can you help me tell the time? So what is your answer again, group 1? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. So, I have here an analog clock. So, in reading an analog clock is again a clock that uses hands to tell the time. So, in an analog clock, we have a short hand and a long hand. So, the short hand tells the hour. The short hand tells the hour. What does the short hand tell again? Hour. Okay. And the long hand tells the minutes. What does the long hand tell again? Minutes. Okay. So, when the short hand is pointing at a certain number, it is the hour of the time. In reading the long hand or the minute hand, we read it in fives. So, when the hand is pointing at 1, we read it as 5 minutes. So each number in the clock has an interval of 5 minutes. So when the long hand is pointing at 1, it is read as 5 minutes. But if the long hand is pointing at 2, it is read as 10 minutes. In 3, 15. In 4, 9 minutes. In 5, 5. In 6, 30. In 7, 35. In 8, 40. In 9, 45. In 10, 50. In 11, 55. In 12, 60 minutes or o'clock. So we say o'clock because it is short form of the clock. So o'clock means the exact hour of the time. So how can we say if it is already AM or PM? Okay. Can everyone read what is AM? AM. Anti-meridian. Again? Anti-meridian.
Before noon, 12 midnight up to 11:59 in the morning.
So we use AM when it is basically morning. It is usually around 12 in the midnight to 11:59 in the evening. So next would be PM. What does PM mean? Again,
Post meridian. Afternoon, 12 noon up to 11:59 in the evening.
yes, we use PM if the time is basically in the evening or in the afternoon. So let's go back to the answer of the group 1. So group 1 answered again what time?
10 a.m.
Because the short hand is pointing at 10, means it is 10, and the long hand is pointing at 2, which means it is 10 minutes. They used AM because it is stated in the scenario that it is morning. So that is correct. Okay, now let's move on to the word of the group 2. Whose word is this again?
Group 2.
Group 2 attempted to answer this scenario. So they attempted to write the time in minutes, including AM and PM, using a digital clock. So we all know, and since we already defined what a digital clock is, a digital clock is opposed to the traditional analog clock. So it is automatic and easy to read compared to the analog clock. So the scenario given to group 2 is, we are scheduled to travel tomorrow morning at exactly 6 o'clock for an event. The problem is, I don't know what that means. Can you help me write the time to set an alarm for tomorrow? So tomorrow wrote 6:06:00 a.m. So let us explain why this is the answer. So in reading a digital clock, the left side reads the hour and the right side reads the minutes. So since the scenario mentioned 6 o'clock, so the answer would be 6 o'clock. So let's say, for example, I have here a digital clock. When we say the time is see John Paul. 8:30. Okay, thank you, John Paul. You may take your seat. So John Paul wrote 0830. So when we look at the digital clock, this side means the hour and this side means the minutes. Since I mentioned it is 8:30, it is written as 08 colon 3 and 0 because it is 30. So if we say it is 8:30 in the morning, what should we use? Is it 8 a.m. or p.m.? Okay, another example. When I say it is 3:45 in the afternoon,